I wouldn't be me if I left here today and didn't challenge you for something that's really going on in the world today. In fact, for the past 92 days, I have been observing women from all walks of this chaotic life. In the coffee shop, at the grocery store, in the gym. Want to know what I found? We all have one thing in common. Being different has been weaponized. In fact, we are still women walking around the world ego-driven, judging, defending, internalizing, instead of holding ourselves accountable to our own truth. Now let's do a little time traveling. About 17 years ago, give or take, a young woman walks into an office to start her big girl job. She hopes that it will be her career. She's eager. She finds her way to the director's office to introduce herself and let her know she's ready to work. Before she can even reach the office, the boss comes barreling out and says, "Hey you, I need 20 copies of this manual in 20 minutes. The manual was 200 pages. She quickly finds her desk, looks at the girl next to her and says, "Hey, it's my first day. Do you know how I get into this computer, find the manual, and which printer do I print to?" There were so many printers. The girl looks at her and rolls her eyes and says, "Oh great, they hired another teenager we have to train, like we don't already have enough to do." She jots down a login. Our girl is on a mission. She gets into that computer, finds the manual, hits 20, hits print, and then realizes she hit 200. As papers come flying out of the printer faster than she can keep up with, the unthinkable happens. The earth starts to shake. No, really, the building started to shake. People are running past her. She hears someone yell, "Earthquake!" Was this a joke? Initiation? She slides under the desk as the earth continues to shake. She waits for the shaking to stop. As it stops, she looks from under the desk, and the boss is standing over her waiting for the manuals that she's now late for the meeting. All she kept thinking to herself was she here for the same earthquake? They just continued on with work like nothing happened. Meanwhile, she was traumatized. Was this a precursor to what our journey as women is like? I know you've heard this before. You're different. I could never wear my hair like that. You normally wear that? How distracting that must be as we're growing and trying to figure it out. I don't have time to help you. Figure it out yourself. The list goes on and on. There was chaos for sure that day, but where was the leadership? Now let's go back even more. BC. A beautiful and young woman named Esther hides her Jewish identity and wins a beauty pageant, only so she can befriend the king, reveal her identity, become queen, and save her people, exposing the enemy's plot. She saves her people on the same day that was scheduled to take her people out. Leading in chaos requires a posture of hope to believe that no matter how chaotic things are, you are committed to accepting and guiding those around you because they trust where you are leading them to. What if we applied that same concept to our own journeys? Queen Esther sacrificed her life for the sake of freeing her people, regardless of the chaos around her. What an example of leadership. I think it's time that we confront the culture to judge others and be exactly who we are, explorers. Because do we ever really know exactly who we are? We live in a threat of being different world, but what if we dug into different? We would begin to embrace that self-exploration is constant. And the only way to accept others is to accept yourself and be brutally honest for exactly who you are. I know that self-exploration is vulnerable. but it really develops leadership. This means we're not afraid to feel the heat in the journey by holding ourselves accountable. Most of us can't adapt to self-exploration because we are grounded in the fear of feeling. Facing you means accepting every part, including the ugly, the overstimulated, the lazy, the excuses, and my all-time favorite, the procrastinator. There's just not enough time to explain how I am all of these and still a great leader just by owning that. Why do you think there are so many women in positions of leadership? Because even in chaos, we win. Listen, there's something that we were never taught in our journeys, and that is emotional intelligence. It's vulnerable. It's vulnerable to feel. How many of you are in positions of leadership? Have you ever gone down the rabbit hole of feelings? I know I have. But having the intelligence to know what belongs to us and what belongs to others can impact our reaction to chaos and how we lead in life and in business. I know they made it seem like we're here to do it all, but I promise you, we're not, even though that's what we do every day. Self-exploration is vulnerable. Leading in chaos triggers a level of discomfort that can be emotional. Most of our decisions are made when we are emotional. And I mean, let's face it, when are we not emotional? That's right, 4 days out of the month. The truth is that the challenge now lies within all of us to reach back and pour into the next generation, redefining what leadership really is, that we can be emotional and rational at the same time. We can look different, sound different, dress different, think different, and still lead others. Vulnerability is the birthplace of freedom. When we accept ourselves, we accept others. Be firmly rooted in yourself. Be firmly rooted in the present. No more watering yourself down. When the earth starts to shake, you may stumble, but you will never fall. Thank you.